If you don't make money, extra money, you can't give it away. You can't be philanthropic. There was actually a story on NPR, National Public Radio. A guy had done a study, a PhD had done a study, and there was an individual who was a real genius on Wall Street, and he made a lot of money, young guy, and he quit his job and went to Africa to promote well drilling and good water supply sources. And this guy had done a study, and he said, well, it would have been better if that guy had stayed on Wall Street and earned a bunch of money and funded a bunch of other people to go to Africa and drill the wells. But he didn't. And that's the point that this PhD discovered, was that, hey, if you make money, you can give it away and do good things. If you don't make money, you have no power to do that other than maybe volunteering on your weekend.
Another point that we haven't made yet is and we kind of have, but I think whenever you are making a profit, it's true validation. I think a lot of times whenever we're chasing sales and we close the job, we see it as validation that we're a successful business owner, that we're operating well, things are on the right track. And yeah, it's good to keep the pipeline full and projects in the door. Absolutely be validated by that. But your profit should be your number one validation that you're doing things right. Because if you're seeing sales as the validation, what ends up happening is you may not be making a great profit and you feel all good about things, but what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for consequences later on that, oh, wow, I'm going to have to let go of so-and-so because we're not making a profit, or I have to increase prices and that's really hard and stressful because I'm not making a profit. And so if you're really seeing your profit as the ultimate validation for your business, it means that one, you have product market fit, that people value what you do, that you have correct pricing, and that you can actually grow your business and do the philanthropy and invest in new employees and give raises and bonuses and all that extra stuff. But see the profit as the validation in your business, not the sales. And another one for people, sometimes they receive validation based on how many locations they have, or how many trucks they've got on their crews they've got running out there, and how many employees they have. But really be seeking that validation and seeing success as how much profit you have at the end of the day, and let the other things be supplementary validation.
That brings up another thing I wanted to talk about on profit is, I think we've established that if you don't make a profit, you can't remain in business.
Right.
That goes pretty well understood. But it is the high calling to stay in business. And here's why. It's a mission to stay in business. It isn't for yourself, it's for other people. And here's why. Everybody's expense is somebody else's business. So if you have a business that sells $100 in a year, and you spend $90 in expenses and make a $10 profit, that $90 you spend in expenses is income to your supplier. So he has $90 worth of income, 90% of that, or 81 cents, is expense. He makes a 9-cent profit, which is 10% of 9. That process where everybody's income is somebody else's, or everybody's expense is somebody else's income, continues till it dampens out at about 6 to 10 times the original amount of profit. So in other words, me looking for my $10 profit have benefited other companies more than 10 times, almost 10 times as much as I've benefited myself. You have to see that kind of written out, but that's the economic multiplier that people talk about. So if you wipe out my business, you didn't just wipe out me and my employees, you took out whatever percentage of contribution you made to all those people downstream from you. And that's how economies go into recession and they begin to die off. So it's a duty beyond yourself to stay in business. And to stay in business, you have to have a profit. And you have to have a profit not just so you can buy another Mercedes, but so you can fund receivables and growth and R&D and mistakes and inventory and all those things. So profit is a great and wonderful, necessary thing. It's a moral imperative. And that's really why I wanted to talk about today. There are some people out there who really think it's a bad thing, and they really think, because it's hard to conceive how somebody can make a profit and both parties can benefit.
Yeah. kind of in line with what you were just saying there of the, economic multiplier. I saw someone post something about they were golfing with a restaurant owner in a small town in Vermont, and the restaurant is right next to a movie theater. And he said, man, that Barbie movie that came out was the best thing that's happened in 10 years to our business. And it's just funny to think about that, how, something that does draw attention and brings an audience and all that stuff
Yeah.
doesn't just support the movie theater, but it's all the businesses that are around the movie theater. And there is an economic multiplier. Yeah, the studio's making millions and millions of dollars in the box office, but it's also all the businesses that are around the movie theater that are, supporting that entertainment business
benefiting.
that are benefiting. So, really interesting.